Hey folks, welcome back to the Murray Homestead. I know the question that has been on everybody's mind since we started our YouTube channel, and it's how do I maintain such a glorious beard? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make your very own beard balm. Alright, so beard balm is essentially 3 ingredients. You're going to use some beeswax that's going to hold everything in place, some shea butter, and that just adds a little bit of moisturizer and stuff. And if you see on the label, this is God's gift to man, according to them. But it works really well and it doesn't smell. And some sort of oil. You can use vitamin E oil or whatever. This is jojoba oil. It's less than $10 on Amazon. I'll have all this stuff down in the description. And then if you so choose, you can add an essential oil for whatever you or your significant other prefers as far as smell. My wife and I both enjoy a little bit of cedarwood, sandalwood, and the tea tree. I like the tea tree especially. It makes like a nice, minty, fresh feeling on your face. And then there's also like antibacterial, antimicrobial properties and stuff. And the cool stuff about this, you can use it on your beard, your face, the hair on your head. My brother, his hands were getting really dry. It actually works really good as a moisturizer. And it doesn't get all sticky and greasy. So you can put it on and still go back to work. So that's it for that. The general ratio of ingredients you want for this, and you can experiment with it. And that's part of why I like this so much. 1, I know everything that's going into it. 2, it is crazy cheap. And then 3, you can adjust the consistency of it to whatever you want. So you can basically make it just an oil all the way up to a hard wax for people with fancy mustaches and stuff. But for what I like to do is 1 part beeswax, and this is by weight, not by volume. So 1 part beeswax, 1.5 part shea butter, 1 part oil, and then as much of the essential oil as you want. I'm probably going to use about 30 drops total today. The last thing you'll need is any sort of glass jar. You don't have to go out and buy a mason jar. We already have them. But if you have an old spaghetti sauce jar or whatever, those work really well. I'm using a scale to weigh out my ingredients, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You can literally just eyeball it if you want. And then a pot with some warm water in it that we're going to make essentially a double boiler with. And all that does is let the heat be dispersed around and inside your vessel and lets this shea butter and beeswax melt nice and slow without burning on the pan or whatever. And last but not least, you're going to need something to pour it in once you're done. I got these off Amazon. They're plastic, but they're really cheap and it's a nice quantity. Each one of these lasts me, what do you think, babe? Like 3 months? About 3 months. Again, if you're using spaghetti jars and stuff, this is an old pimento jar, but it works just as well, if maybe even better, and it was free. And then last but not least, if you want to get the ones that you get from the grocery store, this is actually cutting board wax from the cutting boards I make. But it's just a metal container similar to the ones you get at the store. Again, they're economical and on Glamazon. So I'll show you all how I mix it up and show you what it looks like when it's melted. I'll pour it in the containers and let y'all see what it looks like with the ratios that I used as far as the consistency. All right, since I have a whole bottle of oil and 2 freaking pounds of beeswax. All right, so I'm going to put 3 ounces of the shea butter in there. And then I'll use 2 ounces beeswax and 2 ounces of the oil to get my ratios all right. All right, I'll add 2 ounces of this. This is a 4-ounce bottle. Alrighty. And last but not least, the beeswax. The beeswax is really going to be the main determining factor for how you want your beard balm, beard butter, whatever, to come out. Um, my hair, if I don't have anything in it, whether oil, wax, or gel or whatever, not my beard, but my hair in general, my hair goes wild. So I use a pretty good amount of beeswax because I really like that it gets stiff and kind of holds my beard in place. And these little pellets are awesome. You can use them on a million different projects. I use them on the surface of my woodworking tools because they're cast iron. It helps keep them from rusting. It helps the wood slide easier. If you have an old cabinet, you can put the beeswax on the slides of the drawer to make them glide easier, and then it's good for protecting wood and your skin and everything in general. Oh, this works really good for chapstick too, by the way. So if you live in a cold climate, you can basically just rub this all over your whole face and hands, and it'll keep them from cracking and splitting. All right, so we have 7 ounces of goodness here. I'm just gonna set it in this impromptu double boiler, and you wanna put this on low. If you do it too hot, you can burn it and ruin it, and it's trash. If you put it on low, it might take an hour to completely liquefy. It doesn't matter unless you're in a rush for some reason. Just for sure, don't put it too hot. So I'm just going to put this on as low as the stove goes, and I'll check on it every 15 minutes or so. Alrighty, I've had this on the stove for about 45 minutes on as low of a temperature as I can have my stove. And you can see all the ingredients have melted into each other. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and now I will add my essential oils. This step is entirely optional and is 100% up to you and or your partner. So I'm going to do is I'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we'll call that 20. 20 drops of the tea tree. And 20 drops of the cedar wood and the sandalwood. I won't put y'all through watch me doing that, but I'll put both of them in and stir it lightly. I'm just using a butter knife because I can kind of scrape off the excess. And I'll get that all mixed up, and once I can smell the aroma coming off of it, I'll pour it in the jars. I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, I got all my oil in there. The wife approves, so we can go ahead and pour this into our little containers. Depending on how heat sensitive your hands are, this might be really, really hot. The rim of this is pretty cool, so just be careful. And I'm just gonna pour it in a little bit like that. And like that. I've got a little bit left over, so I'll grab another 10. And then I'm just gonna let this cool on the counter. You can probably just let it cool overnight. I'll actually probably throw it in the fridge after about an hour just to expedite the process a little bit. And then I'll show you what it looks like and the consistency once it's all cooled down. All right. I was being impatient, so I went ahead and put it in the fridge. It only took about 30 minutes, and then I took it out and just set it on the counter for about another half hour. And as you can see, I got 2 of these smaller tins. And then this quite a bit larger jar, and this quite a bit larger jar full. Honestly, this is probably enough for about a year. I made 3 of these last year, and I gave about a half of one away. And I think it was about 12 months, right? Yeah, about 12 months. So let me show you the texture here. So you can see it's pretty thick, but soft at the same time, if that makes sense. So it'll hold your beard down without looking like you put gel on your beard or something weird. So this is the perfect ratio for me because it's strong enough to hold the hairs that want to pop up away, but it's thin enough where I can actually, after I take a shower, put in my hand like this and get it all throughout my beard. So it's an all-in-one solution. So yeah, that's how you make beard balm, beard oil, beard wax, whatever you prefer to call it. I think due to the consistency of this product, I think it would be called a beard balm. Um, if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, let me know below. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. I hope you all like it and learn something. Hit subscribe, hit the stupid bell, and I'll see you all next time.